So we know, again, from the parasha, we learn about the sensitivity of feeding our animals. First, Tzar Ba'alei Chaim, the Kaf HaChaim in the laws of Natilat Yadayim, on Siman 157, Sif Katan 32, he says that we are not allowed to eat anything before we eat our animals. Whether it's any type of animal, we're not allowed to eat anything before that. And he says that צריך להיזהר לצוות ייתן מאכל לתרגמי בבוקר כדי שלא יעבור על איסור צער בעלי חיים. If we don't feed them in the morning, it's a violation of a transgression of causing discomfort and pain to the animals. And he also says that, of course, animals are good. Sometimes you need them. Sometimes you have a farm or you have them as pets or for security in your home. But he says, for those people that are not sensitive about this or not diligent about it, sometimes they forget or they make a mistake and they forget to feed their animals before they eat. He says it's better not to have animals than to have an animal in your home
and hungry
that will be hungry and that will have pain from your level of lack of awareness. And he says, and if you have to have animals in your home, also you should educate your children. If you have young children at home, educate them. Never cause them discomfort. Even when you play with them, do it in a playful way, not in a way that you're in any way mocking them. And the question is, are you allowed to drink before your animals drink? Does it also apply for drinking if you're thirsty? And the answer is no, it's only for eating and not for drinking. There is another halakha that we learn in the laws of Netilat Yadayim. First of all, the Kaf HaChaim brings that the Gemara in Masechet Chulin, he says from the Gemara, לעולם יאכל אדם וישתה פחות מכדי היכולת. We should eat and drink less than what we can afford. וילבש ויתכסה לפי היכולת. But however, our clothing should be based to our socioeconomic level,
right,
whatever we can afford.
Financial capacity.
ויכבד אשתו ובניו יותר מפי היכולת. But we should honor our wife and children more than we can afford.
Oh.
How do you do that more than you can afford? Well, sometimes you have a way. You thought you can't afford it, but you can afford it. You can afford it. And so when it comes to the basic, you can get by for yourself, also whatever you can afford. But when it comes to honoring our family, our spouse, our wife, our children, sometimes we feel, well, it's not in the budget, it's not something I could do, but it's something that they need, and you can see that they need it. Or sometimes, they feel that they need it. You have to provide it for them. And we'll just close off with another idea from Natilat Yadayim that the Kaf HaChaim brings over here. Why do we do Natilat Yadayim today? So Mishnah Berurah and other authorities also speak about the Bet Yosef. Why do we do Natilat Yadayim today? In the Bet HaMikdash, the Kohanim would wash their hands and their feet before the service of the Bet HaMikdash, of the temple. But today we're not in the temple, we're not Kohanim, and so there are a number of reasons why we still perform Natilat Yadayim. Everybody agrees that it's not biblical, rather it's midirabanan, it's rabbinical. And what type of rabbinical motivation do we have here? Either that people get used to doing Natilat Yadayim, so that when Mashiach comes, we'll build the Bet HaMikdash, not only the Kohen, everybody in society is going to be used to it, and then they'll be ready for the service of the Bet HaMikdash. But another idea from the Bet Yosef is from the standpoint of our sages enacted that we perform Natilat Yadayim. Now, when we do that, even though it's b'derabanan, we say a beracha, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al natilat yadayim, that you have commanded us to wash our hands. How can I recite in the beracha that God commanded me to wash my hands if it wasn't God, it was the rabbis? And the answer is that when we fulfill the halachot prescribed by the rabbis, we are fulfilling something that God has prescribed in the Torah, which is lo tasul, do not deviate from the ordinations that our chachamim have prescribed for us. So when I fulfill a mitzvah midrabanan, I'm actually also fulfilling the will of Hashem, which is v'asita kechol asher yerucha, follow the instructions of chachamim, and also lo tasul, do not deviate, do not do not tilt away from the path that our sages have enacted for us. And tomorrow we'll continue also what is the acronym of Shibolet Shtafati and how that has to do with Natilat Yadayim and what items need to be washed for and which hand goes first and in which case it does not go. Amen.
Amen.
Cover that tomorrow.